أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. I am Hāfidh Abdul, the founder of Devoted Muslim Forum. Alhamdulillah, today is the second edition of our annual Ramadan competition, uh, which was supported by Honorable Dr. Ahmed Olaiwaju Apatia. Co-host is the coordinator of NYCN, Itieri Kati branch. And I want to use this medium to appreciate crafts, structure and design, and also appreciate Ramazani Global Company Limited, and also appreciate Bellarmine Hotel and others that support and contribute to this success of this wonderful event. Right here, I have my Ustaz Al-Hafiz. I want you to introduce yourself more better, all the way from Milan. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Naam, ẹ bá a sọ orúkọ yín.
My name is Ayinla Mubarak. Popularly known as Zayd.
Zayd. Now, mashallah, that's Zayd. I want to ask, that's Zayd. What brings that Zayd?
The meaning of Zayd is abundance or prosperity.
Inshallah.
So Zayd is coined from my grandfather's name. My grandfather is bearing Zayd. And I personally, I like the name so much because of the meaning.
Mashallah.
So since then, I've been using that name, Zayd.
Mashallah.
Then after then, my dad and amongst all others used to call me the name Zayd. So that is how.
Mashallah. Being an artist, how many years does it take you to memorize the Holy Quran?
I used 1 year, 6 months to memorize the Quran. Alhamdulillah. But it was a tough spell actually. But alhamdulillah, as much as it is tough, it is quite interesting as well. Because the journey is very it is very difficult. But everything is a lesson. A lesson we can always talk about anytime. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Inshallah. As you know that today is our second edition. I know there will be some lapses and these are competition. So what do you want to, is there any adjustment or any kind of correction?
No. Actually, I would have corrected a whole lot of mistakes in this Quran competition, most especially from the recitation of each student. But I am somebody as them as well. I started from where they are now. So I understand how it feels when the Holy Quran is being recited, most if it is being recited wrongly, and how we used to feel when we are being corrected. That is why I tried as much as possible to minimize my corrections, even if the corrections are not well suitable to some people. But then you still have to minimize it because I have my own stars, which from him I learned a whole lot of things from him. It is not until you correct people's lapses that is when you make them study what they really want to study. It's until you instill such corrections in them and let them know that this is your correction, if possible, even after the recitation. Because, for example, we call this a Quran memorization competition, not a Quran recitation competition. So we should be well focused on the memorization more than the recitation whatsoever. Though recitation is quite very important and essential because this is the recitation that will bring that memorization, that will make the memorization a very sound one. But then we should give more grace to what we have memorized, as that is what this Musabaqah for this competition is all about. So I would rather indulge, I will encourage all ustads, all their teachers to work more on their qira'at, because to be very honest, if I am to correct these students based on their qira'at, none of them will enter 80%. But since I am not really focused on that, as I am focused on, because I gave Quran 30% out of 100, while I gave Hifz in the Quran, which is the memorization 50%, which carries the most 80 marks of it all. But then the Quran should be appreciated as well because it beautifies Quran recitation. So most of them, they are not reading according to the alignment of the Quran. They are only reading as to what they are being taught by their ustads or what they themselves memorize from the Holy Quran. So that alone will stick in their heads and will not even allow them to know the proper pronunciations of these letters, of these words. So it's that, but I don't want to use because I have memorized it or because I know the proper principles of this Holy Quran to judge them here. If I am to judge them with that, none of them will recite the Quran yesterday because they are still very young. In fact, very, very young. They are less than 13. Most, like all of them are less. So I don't, because, for example, now I am an adult, so I would not want to judge as regarding how I am supposed to judge an adult to a teenager.
Teenager, yeah.
So it won't even be up to par at all.
Yes,
So I have
yeah.
to be considerate
Yes.
enough. So that is just what happened.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Jazakumullahu khairan. I want you to recite the verse of the Holy Quran.
Now, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل من كان عدوا لجبرائيل فإنه نزله قل من كان عدوا لجبريل فإنه نزله قل من كان عدوا لجبرائيل فإنه نزله على قلبك بإذن الله مصدقا لما بين يديه وهدى وبشر للمؤمنين مصدقا لما بين يديه وهدى وبشرى للمؤمنين مصدقا لما بين يديه وهدى وبشرى للمؤمنين وبشرى للمؤمنين من كان عدوا لله وملائكته ورسله وميكائيل فإن الله عدو للكافرين ولقد أنزلنا إليك آيات بينات وما يكفر بها إلا الفاسقون
لا يكلف الله نفسا